Everyone is trying to hit the goal of making $10,000 a month in 2025, but there's one business model that makes it so much easier than the rest. This is the business model that myself and countless others have used to scale to 5 and even 6 figures per month. This business model will allow you to make 10 to 20k a month at 80% profit margins whilst only working 10 to 20 hours a week. I even scaled my business to $100,000 cash collected in 1 month at almost 70% profit. And the best part of this business model is it's all about generating leads for other businesses, so you don't have to do the back-end fulfillment of all these other businesses as well. It means you don't have to understand hundreds of skills to run the business. You just need to be really good at one thing, do this for yourself successfully, and then do it for others, which would be generating leads. And that's why I believe a lead generation agency is the best business model in 2025. I'm gonna give you 4 reasons why I think it's the best business model to run and why you should run one too. Number 1 is the profit margins involved in this business. So there's many different types of make money online businesses, such as dropshipping, SMMA, just to name a few. But with a lot of these businesses, the profit margin is pretty low. For example, dropshipping or e-commerce, you're probably looking at 20 to 30% profit margins. If you're running an SMMA, sometimes you have to cover the client's ad spend and you won't actually make that much money in your pocket. Whereas with a lead generation agency, you can keep the business very lean because you only need to optimize for one skill set. There's no real overhead costs you've got to absorb. There's no materials involved. There's no actual physical products. It's all just software. So software will be the bulk of your expenses. And luckily now, because so many people are in the lead generation market, these softwares are extremely competitive in price. For example, there's softwares on the market where you can scrape 10,000 leads for as little as $3, meaning that you can still charge a lot to your clients because the business you're providing them is worth a lot, but you can keep your overheads really low and generate a lot of profit. As there's only one skill you need to optimize for as well, it makes hiring in the back end a bit easier. For example, if you have a system that works really well and all you need to do is upload more leads into it, and you've got SOPs on how to create these systems, create these scripts, and build these lists, then you can delegate this to virtual assistants for as little as $3 an hour because they don't need a really high level of skill to be able to do this task. Pretty much everything in this business model allows you to operate at high profit margins and not incur loads of costs. For example, when I actually first started my business, I only invested $500 to get it off the ground. And now to this day, it's generated me over $800,000 in revenue since I started it. The second reason why this is such a good business model to run is because it's so heavily automated. Back in the day, there never used to be softwares where you could bulk send emails at really high volume to prospects. You'd have to be hiring people to do this sort of stuff manually, especially if it's personalized emails. But nowadays, with the likes of SmartLead, Clay, and all these other tools on the market, you can create highly personalized emails at scale without actually having to do the work yourself. You can simply just rely on automation to run a lot of these processes for you. So for example, with the outreach itself you're doing for your clients, you might be sending 500 to 1,000 emails every single day, but the software will be doing all of this for you. All you need to do is build the lead list, which once again, you won't even do manually. No longer are the days where you're going on Google Maps and scraping leads and building it into a spreadsheet. You can use databases and tools out there on the market that will build these lists in seconds for you when you just apply filters and put in what you're looking for. This means that, like myself, many other lead generation business owners have automated pretty much their whole business and they're not having to work too many hours. This is a great business model because your hours are not tied to your income. It's dependent on how many leads you can generate for your clients. So if you're able to generate a load of leads, but it only takes you an hour or two a day, it doesn't matter because you're paid on the result, not the hours put in. And this is one of the biggest differences about this business model. It's all around the output you can create versus the actual hours you put into the business, meaning you have far more leverage. So overall, you can make a lot of money with this business model without actually working too many hours if you have the right systems in place. And if you're wondering what those systems are, I've put a link in the description where you can book a call with me directly. I'm happy to go through these systems with you and how you can build your own lead generation agency in 2025. The third reason why this is such a great business model is because there's such a low barrier to entry. Now, instead of needing a degree and years of experience in a certain field and a load of money to start this business, I started my business with zero experience in marketing in general. Before I started this business, I was actually an engineer working on the mechanics of engines in motorbikes in the UK. So if I can make that switch from going from engineering and mechanics to learning how to build a lead generation business with zero marketing experience, I'm sure you can too. Now, this barrier to entry could also be a problem. It means that you're going to have a lot of competition. But if you do things the right way, that competition will not be an issue for you. And the fourth and final reason why this is such a great business model to run in 2025 is it is the most in-demand skill for any business that's ever existed. Whatever business you go into, finding leads will be the issue 99% of the time. Now, this gives you two main benefits as a lead generation agency owner. The first one is that whatever business you go into after this, you'll understand how to generate leads for that business, and it will ensure that it is successful. Sabri Subri, if you know who that is, says, as a CEO or a founder of a business, you're not in the industry of the business. For example, if you're in a construction business, you're not in the industry of construction, you're in the industry of marketing. If you're the CEO and founder of your business, your job is to market it. And in order to market it properly, it means you need to be good at generating leads. So learning this skill alone will set you up to have success in whatever venture you go into, because you'll be able to create demand for your services or for your solution. The second benefit of this is it means you have a huge total addressable market of businesses that need your help. As so many of these businesses struggle with lead generation, it means you have such a big market and a wide market to reach out to that you can actually help. And it means that acquiring clients for yourself will be that much easier. So I highly recommend looking at starting a lead generation business in 2025. I think it's one of the most important skills there'll ever be in business, generating leads for your own business. And if you want to learn exactly how to do this step by step, as I've done myself, then you can book a call with me directly using the link in the description, and we can explore more about how you can start this business model and start making profit in as little as 30 days. Hope this video has been useful on why I think you should start a lead generation agency, as it's completely changed my life and it can change yours too. And I'll see you on the next video.